So, what can audiences expect to see in the special edition?
We have a tournage? I'm sorry, repeat the question,
What can
please.
audiences expect to see in the special edition of Avatar?
Well, the scenes that we've brought back, this 9 minutes of additional footage, consist of all the things that we really hated to cut. I mean, we had a lot of things to choose from. We had about an hour of scenes that were removed from the film from its roughest assembly. And, you know, some belong on the editing room floor, frankly. And some are pretty good, but we went to the ones that we loved the most. And that includes the Stern Beast hunt, which is a big action adventure scene with you know, flying banshees and galloping horses, and you know, it's adventure, old school adventure, but you know, thundering. And there's a scene in the where we go to Grace's schoolhouse that you hear about. You see the abandoned school, and there's a little bit of backstory there, but it's a very interesting kind of dense scene, and you see these creatures you haven't seen before, a new species called the stingbats. And then there's another species, which is the Stern Beast, which we see a number of times, including in the battle now, which we didn't see before. There's a little bit more in the love scene. There's a little bit more in the bioluminescent forest at night. And there's a big, powerful, emotional scene between the main characters toward the end of the film that's been put back. And I actually got a lot of flack from my team for taking it out in the first place. And now that we see it finished with the CG all done, you know, we're all really happy that it's been reinstated. But the thing that people have to remember is that you know, the film was a 2-hour and 40-minute film, and no one had ever done a 3D movie anywhere near that long. So we didn't know if people could keep the glasses on that long, you know. I remember Peter Chernin said to me, you know, wouldn't it be really funny if at 2 hours people's heads exploded? And I thought, yeah, that'd be really funny, Peter. Yeah. So, you know, we were fairly conservative about the running time of the film, and it cracks right along, you know. I mean, people really feel like it's got a lot of pace and momentum, and they get to the end and they want more. So we're going to give them more.
Absolutely. And do you think there's a significant audience that didn't see the film in the theater the first time around that will be drawn back now with this new footage?
I think that we've got a number of audience segments that are possibles here. And we don't know. Again, this is a big experiment. But what we think is you're going to have fans of the movie that saw it, you know, once or maybe multiple times, that are now curious about the new footage and or just want to see it again in a movie theater in 3D on the big screen, or maybe take some friends that didn't see it. So that's kind of one general group. Then you've got people that didn't see it in its initial release in 3D but wanted to, because they missed it, because we know that we sort of lost we lost half of our 3D screens in one day, basically because of another big movie, which was a hit coming into the marketplace, and we never really recovered from that. So we know that there are people that probably intended to see it and never did. So now's their chance. We also have people that didn't see it at all in the first run, but saw it on DVD. And then they say, wow, I would like to have seen that movie in 3D on the big screen. And somebody else says, yeah, I did see it, and it's great. And so then all of a sudden people are going to the movie theater. And I think there's one more category, which is parents with kids who maybe didn't want their kids to see it. If they're younger kids, I'm talking, you know, 5, 6, 7. And I have kids, and I know that I was a little concerned that it might be a little too intense for them. And they love it. They love it. They watch it over and over and over on DVD. So now you have parents who are seeing their kids perfectly comfortable with the movie, not terrified by the monsters or whatever, who love the film. Now you can have a family outing at the end of summer, a rather lackluster summer, I'd like to point out, you know, who can kind of gather up the kids and go have a special day seeing Avatar in the movie theater in 3D. So why not? I think you've got a lot of reasons besides just the new footage for this re-release.
Absolutely.